Hey, most dearest ones. This is Sitara. So I came back again because I had to cut off my last video. It was a short video, but I'm gonna do another round of cards because there's a calling. There's always some type of calling, but you never know what the calling is sometimes. But I'm gonna tell you something like, look, so I'm sitting here, I'm creating creative creativity is one of the main streams of being yourself and being who you are. I'm gonna tell you, you keep thinking that the creator is somewhere outside of you, and that's all wrong. It's a little misguided information. We're not gonna say wrong because you can find the right in the wrong. You get what I'm saying? Wink, wink. So I'm gonna pull some cards from. This is my favorite, Wisdoms of the Hidden Realms. This is like one of my favorite card pulls. I love pulling from these cards, and I have a little bit of music that's not my music playing in the background. It's like upbeat music because I feel like there's some people that I know or that are feeling need to be uplifted and need to feel upbeat about whatever's going on with them right now. Let me tell you something, like when you're a being on this planet, sometimes you're going to dip into the known and the unknown. And sometimes you need a pick me up. So this is your pick me up. This is your afternoon pick me up card reading. How about that? It's an afternoon pick me up card reading. So we're going to pull. I'm going to knock 3 times because, that's just something that I do. And I want to wish you well. And I hope you're having a great day. Actually, you are having a great day because you just hooked up with me. And I just got the first card. I'm saying that. Card number 1, just real quick there. So we're gonna go to card number 2. Ooh. Look at that. Card number 2, real easily. Oh, just real easy. You know what I'm saying? Simple. So I'm gonna tell you something about being simple. Simple is as simple does. Now, if you do something simple, pretty much at this point, it means it's not gonna be real stressful. That's the first part of it. If you keep it simple, there's not a lot of pieces to bother you with. If you keep it simple, you can say toned down in the mind to where you're just anchored in a balanced feeling. So that's my terms of being simple. That's the way I keep it simple. Just be here, be centered in the middle, you know, of where you are, and don't worry about nothing else, and just do you. Doing you is simple. You can't go wrong when you do you, right? You know that, right? Wink, wink. Another clue. You can't go wrong being you. So one of the things about being myself that I love so much is that I often call myself a dragon. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's funny. Right now I'm saying this, and I'm gonna tell you, when you see this card, the second card, I actually flipped it over for 2 seconds. I was trying to pull it up, and it was like, oh my gosh. So I'm gonna tell you something about being simple. If you're simple with yourself, keeping it simple means you don't need a lot of static. And you actually don't need the static to get through what you're going through either. You just need to keep that pace, that upbeat pace, that inner centered space, inner centered, inner center. Boom, boom, right? Drop the mic on that one. And I'm going to tell you something. The lady of the gift. You can't make this up. Look, when you are, being simple, we're talking about being simple. When you are being simple, you are loving yourself. You are on the love track. And notice on here it says generosity, receiving, and withholding. So, and then it's number 2. So it says 20, but I'm gonna say the number 2. Look, number 2 is a part of prosperity already. This is the first part of this. If you generous with yourself, you generous with your love, you generous with your compassion, because remember that's what the last video was about. You're gonna overgive to yourself. And I mean this in the most happiest of circumstances. Overgiving to myself, yes, I will take it every single time. I receive that because I need to overgive to me. A lot of times, because I'm over here doing all these things and all these works and all these creations, it involves me giving overtime to myself. And I love giving overtime to myself. Now, I can take a pause on it. I'll tell you that. But I'm not going to stop overgiving to myself. And this is what one point about being upbeat and being strong and being at this steady pace. if you need to go forward more or slow down more. It won't matter because why? Because you inner centered. You in the center of who you are. And when you look around that center, it's not that hard for you to look up, look down, look side, look like catacorn to the ways that you need to, because you won't be perplexed by any of the situations that come stumbling into your path, because you're not stumbling. These things come stumbling. You just look at it like, I don't think I need to be stumbling on that. That's not mine to stumble on. You just rolled out in the past. So maybe I already learned my lesson for that one. I don't need that one again. I'm just telling you, wink, wink. And number two, the Dragon's Duel. Okay, look. Inner conflict. I said inner center. Look. And I was like saying that you're going without and within previously. Remember? That's what I said before in the other video. Five. The number five. Okay, look. I ain't even gonna bring up the part about the morality part, but this is two dragons. Look, when you in your inner center, like you being balanced between the two, you can't make this up. This is a balancing being. It's like a duel. You know what I'm saying? You battling between the two, and you're not even battling. Like it's a war that's already been won. Let's say it like this: it's already won. It's a war that's already been won. WON, and you still hear a one in the one. One and one. You want it or you want it. So notice that dualness of that word. Like look, inner conflict, nah. Morality, conscious choice, yes. Because look, when you're inner battling, you're in your inner center, you're able to subdue subconsciously all these things that can affect you. You want me to say that again? When your inner center, you're in your center, you can subdue anything that come within your path. And a dragon has fire. So sometimes you need fire and sometimes you need ice. So as you work on that and you continue that path and you work that path, I'm telling you with all everything in my being that I know about being centered and being in my center and dual and that duel with the dragon that's inside of you. I told you at first, I'm a dragon. I believe wholeheartedly that I'm a dragon, that I'm able to spit fire if I need to. I'm able to cool it if I need to, blow the wind, blow it out if I need to. I'm telling you because I know. I know all these things because that is what I have had to deal with all this time. Like all this time I'm dealing with these crazy things that don't have nothing to do with me. And I'm trying to like duel them and battle them. And then there's no need to battle them. Like I had to like let that stuff go. So when I tell you about inner battling and how you going forward and how you doing this and how you doing that and how you making it forward, I'm telling you because I know about it because it just presses forward. It just comes on and on and on. And you like, no, I don't want to deal with that. What I got to deal with that for? What I'm gonna deal with that for? Oh, I don't need to. I don't need to. So pass it up. Take a pass. Sometimes you don't need a you really don't need to do anything about it. Sometimes you really actually need to just take a pass. Have you ever just decided to take a pass on something, and once you took the pass on it, you was like, oh man, you know what, I'm so glad I took the pass on that. I'm so glad that I didn't have to worry about that, that I didn't have to do nothing with that. I'm so happy that I just gave myself the choice of letting that go and being without it. Power in that. Power in knowing that you have taken the pass and you didn't need the pass. You didn't even need to take the pass. You didn't even need the pass in the first place. You just need to give yourself a pass and be like, I just didn't need the pass. I just said no. So look, next statement. Remember, the music's not mine. It's just some upbeat music. Rainbow Prince, compensation. Look, once you start doing this battle and winning the battle within, because you already won, because it's already been played out. Once you leveled out and you leveled in within, let's say that, not leveled out, but leveled within and without. Once you do it within, it goes without. Look, you can be compensated. You're compensating yourself. You're compensating yourself because all these times that you've been through these battles and all these things that you have decided not to deal with or to deal with, some of them weren't yours to deal with in the first place. Some of the things you didn't need to handle, some of the things that you needed to be free from. And I'm telling you because look, you are free from those. Those are no longer yours. There's no longer for you to have it. It's not yours anymore. It's somebody else's to deal with. So I'm just telling you for the sake of whatever you're dealing with, you don't have to deal with it if it's not yours to deal with. And you know when it is because it'll keep coming in his face and you're like, and it'll put pressure towards you, undue pressure. Let's just say this. How about this? How about undue pressure being forced upon you? That you no longer need that. That you have compensated yourself and said, you know what? I'm done with this undue pressure. And once you cut that cord and release it, you let it go and you're done with it, guess what? You get compensated. Compensated in the sense that you have become on that balancing center. If you notice that when you cut the cord and let stuff go, how balanced do you feel? How at peace do you feel? You feel much abundance of peace. I'm just telling you. You will, and you will know this even more as you stay in your center, inner center. Stay centered between both of those dragons. The fire and the ice dragon is what I call that. Stay centered in those two dragons and be well with your choices. You have strong and powerful choices. You are this because you have not come to this lightly or likely. You are there because you have met the goal, met the standard, and just been like, And then again, maybe there wasn't even a standard for you to meet, and you put the standard on yourself. Drop the mic on that one, okay? Maybe you just put a standard in there that wasn't even yours to carry. It wasn't even your burden. It wasn't even your peace. It wasn't your peace. It was somebody else's peace, section, information that had nothing to do with you. So when I tell you be the inner peace, just know that you're balanced, you're compensated, you have generosity towards yourself, you are receiving of things that are for you in your most highest and best wellness, and that you come from a highest standards, highest area, highest divine point because you love yourself, because you love the inner being that you are. No questions asked, without any refutable things going on, anything that's going to come in contact with you. You love yourself best. This is the whole point of this whole little 10-12 minute video. Are you loving yourself best? Are you giving yourself best, the highest? And if you know that you're giving yourself the highest and the best, you shall go forward in all light and dark because you got to stay balanced. So, as I always say, it's sun, your moon, and your stars. Like, share, subscribe, and share this video. And check me out on my Etsy store. The page link will be at the bottom. And I want to say thumbs up to all my new subscribers, old subscribers, coming subscribers. I want to tell y'all, send a shout out, hey to y'all. And I want you to have a great moment, a great now, because days are over, nights are over. Be balanced, be you, and be loved. Most awesomest thing I could say. So, as I most often say at the end, if you want to donate, I have a donation link. It's at the bottom in this description box. And I want you to enjoy your now and who you are of the balance and the loved inner being that's in your center. And if you know who that is, it's you. Have a great one.